Friends, our verse today is Philippians 2:14. Quite simple. Do everything without grumbling or arguing. When I saw the verse, I was supposed to share with you this verse about grumbling and arguing. The first thing I did was go to Jan and complain about this. Then I began to argue with the staff and say, this is not fair for me to get such a verse. But all my grumbling and arguing was to no avail. Just kidding. You see, there's several things that we all have to do every day, or every week, or every month. They're just waiting for us. They're all lined up. And Paul just asks us to do it without grumbling or arguing. Listen, there are several aspects of our faith. One is just believing, that is, trusting Jesus for our salvation, surrendering our lives to Him. Another is the regular things we do, like worship, attending church, giving. But a huge part of our faith is what we call our witness. It's how we live. It's not what we believe, but it's how we live it. It's the doing. And we have a choice, in this case, to grumble or be thankful, to argue or get along. You see, we're not victims of ourselves. Christ has set us free to live a new way. The crazy thing about our negative words, whether we're complaining, arguing, or criticizing, whatever the negative thing is, we think we're cool because we found the flaw in something or someone. The news does it. We began to learn how to do this in junior high and high school with our friends and the kids we hung around. But behavioral scientists will now tell us that our words and thoughts not only affect other people, they affect ourselves. They go right out of our mouths, they loop around and kick us in the proverbial rear end and make our lives more negative. Yes, negative makes us more negative. We are the results of ourselves. So what do we do? What do we do with our free thoughts and our free mouths? Paul will give us an answer to this in chapter 4. Look at verse 8 of chapter 4. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. I think Paul discovered this in the jail cell of Rome as he is all alone and there's plenty of things to grumble about and to be negative about and complain. But instead, he discovered this secret of how to control his mouth and his mind to make his life better by thinking about what was actually good and true. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out or state what's wrong with the world. But it does take a follower of Jesus Christ to rise above it and to think and say something that's wonderful, good, and loving. And when we do this, Paul says in the very next verse of our verse today, verse 15 of chapter 2, here it is, then you will shine among them like stars in the night sky. Folks, we don't need to blend in with the negative black night sky. It's time for us to shine.